suddenly their visuals have now emerged, and they're all in the CJP Jantar Mantar wearing uniforms and costumes and clothes. Why have so many Americans landed up, and why are they spreading falsehoods? Some of these Americans are saying students are being killed, which is an absolute lie. And ladies and gentlemen, connect this and listen to this video piece. They're abusing and they're saying the government in India has to be changed. The Americans are the first time in Indian history leading the crowds. Rahul Gandhi, see this and explain what's going on. What the hell is going on, Rahul Gandhi? Hear this. Hear this.
Right. What did he say?
Do you need any more proof, viewers? Do you need any more proof? And I have also given you proof earlier about how the American intelligence agencies knew about the moves, the timing, the demonstration spots, and what the CJP was about to do. And that was put out in terms of an alert on the 16th or 17th of July by the American embassy. America's role is coming under question. In a recent event, American Deputy Secretary Christopher Landau, when he visited India, he said, we are going to make sure that the mistakes we made with China, we are not going to make with India. We are not going to let India become another China. We are not going to make the same mistakes with India that we made with China 20 years ago. And the Americans do not want India to grow. They'll be very happy at what the CJP is doing, which is why the links to America becoming clearer raise more and more questions. After all, according to the International Monetary Fund, we are already the third largest economy in the world in terms of purchasing power parity, right? We have a purchasing power parity of almost 19 trillion US dollars. Not too far behind China at 44 trillion, US at 32 trillion, India at 19 trillion, which means 10 years from now, we would have caught up. 15 years from now, we would be bigger in purchasing power parity terms compared to the United States of America. So America wants to stop India at any cost, and America is doing this, and America has got its American presence out there, and America has got the intel information. And ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Gandhi had said on the 5th of February, he clearly had made it clear that he does not believe in electoral democracy when he was saying, I don't know if I have the soundbite of this. Let's play this. This is what he said.
ये जो नरेंद्र मोदी अभी भाषण दे रहा है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, 6 महीने बाद, 7-8 महीने बाद ये घर से नहीं निकल पाएगा। हिंदुस्तान के युवा इसको ऐसा डंडा मारेंगे, इसको समझा देंगे कि हिंदुस्तान के युवा को रोजगार देने के बिना ये देश आगे नहीं बढ़ सकता है।
So Rahul Gandhi after that has lost election after election after election. But he is also taking a line which helps China. China is against Narendra Modi's big project in Nicobar. The Nicobar project is a military project, business project, hub project, choke project. And, ladies and gentlemen, the Nicobar project will really make India extremely strong in the Indian Ocean region. We're going to develop Nicobar in a big way. China hates this. China wants to stop this. And in order, I don't know if Rahul Gandhi did it to help China, but Rahul Gandhi took videos of him swimming in Nicobar and took a strong position against a project which will totally strengthen India. Then Trump also is extremely angry because Narendra Modi is not signing the trade deal. He's holding back. He's refusing to sign the trade deal. He's refusing to compromise, and he's very angry. He calls India a dead economy. He's very angry. Trump is trying to put pressure on India to sign the trade deal. Narendra Modi is not giving in. To put pressure, and Narendra Modi on the other side is also making sure that American money, foreign money coming in through some kind of religious network or through fake NGOs to come into India to encourage forced conversion, especially create social instability in Maoist affected areas, has to be stopped. So Narendra Modi is bringing in an FCRA amendment, which is control over foreign money coming through some shady NGOs and groups, and that foreign money is then used and funneled for forcible conversion or conversion through money, or to create instability in Chhattisgarh and other Maoist affected areas. Connect the dots. Now, America does not want Narendra Modi to bring in the FCRA amendment, and that was coming in this session of Parliament. And to make it clear to Narendra Modi that they are against the FCRA amendment, on the 23rd of May, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, when he came to India, did not fly down to Delhi, he flew to Kolkata to visit the missionaries of charity. And he met the missionaries of charity. It was America's way of saying that they stand with these groups, with these Christian groups, and the same groups, ladies and gentlemen, who are getting American support, Marco Rubio's support, Trump's support. It's surprising. Trump and Marco Rubio want to decide India's domestic policy. This was an indication to Narendra Modi that we are going to come after you. We're going to trouble you. We're going to try and destabilize you. If you stop us from pushing in American dollars to carry out social instability in India, which has been going a long time during the Congress time. Nobody stopped the Americans. And now we have a lot of groups which are now on the roads joining the CJP protests. Among them the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India, which represents the nation's Latin Catholic, Syro-Malabar, Syro-Malankara bishops, all expressing solidarity with the CJP. They're all walking with the CJP. Are they walking with the CJP because they are also against the FCRA amendment? Ladies and gentlemen, the Union Home Ministry refused to renew the FCRA amendment of the Missionaries of Charity, Mother Teresa's organization, in 2021. America wants to decide whether a bill called the FCRA amendment passes through Indian Parliament or not. The Foreign Contribution Regulation Act is an Indian law enacted in an Indian Parliament. It strictly excludes religious conversion from permissible foreign-funded religious work. These are legislations passed in Parliament. Dear viewers of Republic, as the Congress party loses elections, it is going to create a situation of extreme anarchy in India, where it is going to say, it's already saying that we must crush Parliament, we must crush the Supreme Court, we must not believe in any institutions. In fact, Rahul Gandhi's informal advisor, Yogendra Yadav, who is his political guru these days, actually said, and I have the quote, he said that the Parliament of India will not decide the future of Indian democracy. The future of democracy in India, according to Yogendra Yadav, will not be decided in the Parliament of India, it will be decided on the streets. He said it cannot be decided by elections anymore, it will be decided by resistance. This is the language of complete and total anarchy. This is what happens when the Congress party, which realizes that it has lost the faith of the people, now begins to say it must diminish Indian democracy itself. And my request to everyone watching this program tonight is this. Let's open our eyes and see what's going on. This has nothing to do with meat. This is a Congress attempt at breaking Indian democracy. These CJP goons, seen that in that video I just played, you can play it now, who are performing or mimicking social acts at Jantar Mantar, these are not NEET students. These perverts who are CJP workers who are opening their zips and flashing their private parts are not students. They represent the mob mentality that is taking over the Congress party right now. And Abhijit Gidke is a person who's gone out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, my fundamental question I want to ask all of you watching this video, all watching this live, is this. The Congress party has declared it has no faith in Indian Parliament. If it has not said that, it doesn't agree with the words of Yogendra Yadav, let them say Yogendra Yadav is wrong. Democracy does not run through streetocracy. Democracy runs through the Parliament of India. To diminish the Parliament of India, to say that sarak se hogi baat, sansad se nahi hogi, is trying to destroy the fundamentals of this country. And who would want to destroy the fundamentals of this country unless that person has a foreign agenda, has an inimical attitude towards the people of India? Ladies and gentlemen, when the terrorists attacked, they attacked the Indian Parliament first because they hated Indian democracy. That's why they attacked the Indian Parliament. What Yogendra Yadav is saying is an attack on the Indian Parliament, a verbal attack on the Indian Parliament. And for this, he must be held to account. Let's debate.
The national capital, violence unleashed on the streets in the name of student protest. All of it happening in the capital city of India. But what were the Americans doing at the site? These visuals compel one to question why would American nationals participate in a protest at Jantar Mantar? What are their demands? These elements have been heard raising anti-India slogans. They filmed it and uploaded videos on social media. What raises further suspicion is the US Embassy advisory, which came in 3 days ahead of the violence that broke out on the 20th of July. The July 17 alert advised American citizens to exercise caution due to expected large crowds and potential disruptions in central Delhi. It specifically highlighted 3 locations and 2 dates. In fact, there is a feast that was sponsored from outside the country. Food deliveries for those who were at the site of demonstrations.
सुबह से मैंने 10 ऑर्डर मार चुका हूँ, तो सारे बाहर कंट्री के ही मार रहा हूँ। सारे जितने भी बात करता हूँ कि कौन सी कंट्री से हैं, कोई कहता है जर्मनी से है, कोई कहता है मैं दुबई से हूँ, कोई कहता है मैं सऊदी अरब से हूँ, कोई कहता है मैं गोवा से बात कर रहा हूँ। आप वहाँ जाके बस बच्चों को खाना दे देना, जाके टोटल ग्रुप में बैठे हुए बच्चे आजकल CCTV वाले, उनको दे देना खाना, जाके पहुँचा देना, जैसा भी आप कर देना वहाँ में जाके जब खाना दे देना।
The development cannot be seen in isolation. In February last year, US President Donald Trump claimed that the Biden administration sent $21 million through USAID to influence Indian elections.
And $21 million for voter turnout in India. What do we need to spend $21 million for voter turnout in India?
In March this year, the US Deputy Secretary of State, Christopher Lando, was heard saying that America will not repeat the same mistake it did with China, as he was referring to the trade deal.
But again, India should understand that we're not going to make the same mistakes with India that we made with China 20 years ago in terms of saying, oh, you know, we're gonna let you, be able to develop all these markets, and then the next thing we know, you're beating us in a lot of commercial things. We're going to make sure that whatever we do is fair to our people.
The mobocracy now being witnessed in the national capital, featuring American nationals, is only raising questions. Is it another attempt by the foreign deep state to put a brake on the India story?
Last couple of days because they've realized this has gone out of hand. And there was this last video which came out. These are not students. I want to show it. I don't want to show it actually, but I'm showing it. There are these sexual perverts out there, and they've done 2 things. One of it, some of these CJP people, they're unzipping their pants and they're flashing their private parts. You see that? I don't know if he's a neat aspirant, but these are Abhijit Dipke's people. Then there are video now came out. There's some kind of a demonstration going on, and then they are mimicking sexual acts. Mimicking sexual acts. Can I run the right videos, please? You have that? Yeah, look at that. You saw that? And everybody's cheering. Audio, please. You're seeing this? It's disgusting. I'll show you. Seeing the audio? Here are the hoots. This Dipke group has gone out of control. I don't think anyone identifies with them. What's going on, Mr. Jethmalani, in your view? How long will we have to put up with this? This is the group being supported by Shabana Azmi. These people are being supported by Shabana Azmi, by Sonakshi, by Alia Bhatt. These are the people they are supporting. Alia Bhatt and all, please see this. This is what they are. And you are supporting them. Very good for you, but bad for India. Mahesh Jaikarani, please.
You know, this is inevitable because once the core issue, which were extremely, which was, a lot of people were empathetic with the needs issue, has been now, more or less taken care of.
Violence.
I mean, it has been, there are FIRs filed, charge sheets will be filed soon, and all the culprits for the NEET leaks have been now clearly identified.
Yeah.
The only demand now is, they're saying that Dharmendra Pradhan should resign, and the reasons for his resignation are just impossible to fathom when you really found the people responsible, right? You don't need somebody now who's morally responsible when you, in theory, and when you've got people who are actually responsible. So, and besides, on the question of responsibility, etc., these are matters to be discussed in Parliament. It shouldn't be bypassed, right? Now, this is clearly, this had to, once the core issue was dealt with by the government, as it has, and now the Prime Minister Modi has come out very clearly today and said that all the perpetrators of this heinous crime will be completely taken care of. They will be tackled and dealt with the sternest hand of the law, right? Now, in view of that, I think the issue of NEET is dead and gone. But how do you sustain an overseas campaign, as you pointed out, focusing on the FCRA? And there are many, as you pointed out, there's not one, but one or two, at least 2 or 3 congressmen who have voiced concerns, right? Obviously, they belong. Their base is a evangelical or a missionary base, right? And they're the ones who've been voicing concerns about the abolition or the amendments to the FCRA. So how do you sustain it now? You sustain it now by a few opposition faces, but they've diminished themselves. And the visuals which you pointed out are so stark. I mean, they're vulgar. The people who are indulging in these grotesque acts are mentally deranged perverts. Is that the company the opposition has finally chosen to keep? Is that how low they will sink?
Yeah.
Are they watching these visuals?
Yeah. They're probably thinking that this benefits them, so it doesn't matter what's going on. And
well, I mean, you see, this whole smug thing, and Yogendra Yadav things will happen. We don't need ballots. We don't need polls. We don't need voters. Regime change will come about by this kind of buffoonery on the streets. This kind of statement, while it almost invites ridicule, right? On the other hand, it could be concealing a very confident, regime change operation sponsored by abroad, and them being the agents.
Now, Yogendra Yadav's role, and he stands there increasingly behind. You see him there behind Priyanka Vadra. A lot of focus on Yogendra Yadav's role, right? And as we know, very, very shadowy, very shady, very strange kind of person, right? But he has made a public statement where he has said the future of India will not be, and future of Indian democracy will never ever in the future be decided. We can't allow it to be decided through the Parliament of India. It has to be decided on the streets. And then he goes on to say that the future of India, democracy, will never be decided by elections anymore. It will be decided by resistance. Ironically, there's a person who used to earn his salary by predicting elections, but he says, now I don't believe in elections anymore. Clearly there's a call for violence. Why has the BJP government been so soft about such people? And really, I mean, is there a bit of a back foot? Is the BJP playing on the back foot unnecessarily?
I think so. I honestly believe that. I mean, I can't fathom.
What about Yogendra Yadav, what he's been saying?
Well, if you are taking such an anti-national stand, and now I think it's becoming clearer and clearer, right? I'm very loath to jump into conclusions and getting into conspiracy theories and saying this is a democratic deep state thing. But you have Americans over there, and these events have all been foreshadowed by people who have actually, by senior congressmen, as we pointed out, right? And the US Deputy Secretary of State, who have all voiced concern, though I don't see why it is their concern,
voiced concern about the amendments to the FCRA, which are of course designed to prevent fund flows into India, which are intended to destabilize governments or to cause to facilitate religious conversion. I mean, this is an act of interfering with India's sovereignty. So, this is now this smirking and this confidence and the smiles on the face of Rahul and Priyanka and Yogendra Yadav, right? And this almost contemptuous display of the company they're keeping at these sit-ins indicates that they somehow feel that they've got the whole weight of the deep state behind them.
Yeah, but now I think we can't discuss this anymore. Mr. Jethmalani, as I thank you, I just want to say we can't discuss this anymore. We've got to act on it. And the proof is coming out right now. It's clear. It's horrible. It's unacceptable. The Congress party and Yogendra Yadav, their advisor, are saying Parliament doesn't matter anymore. My suggestion is in that case that Congress should deregister itself, maybe register themselves to fight elections in Italy. Maybe they want to fight elections in Italy, not in India. I thank you very much, Mr. Jethmalani, for sparking the debate. As usual, Ratan Sharda is with us tonight, already on. Santosh Mehrotra is with us tonight. Piyush Joshi of AAP and Pankaj Sharma is pro-Congress, visiting us tonight. Now, this statement is now coming in context. Pankaj Sharma, since you're pro-Congress, the Congress party's line that Parliament will not matter anymore, streets will matter. Is it an admission that you don't have a hope in hell of winning elections? Or you've lost elections, and therefore you want to blame the Election Commission, blame the Supreme Court, blame all institutions, and say there will be street protests in the country, there will be streetocracy in the country, there will be mobocracy in the country. If that is the position you're taking, then we'll have to put this to the test. Viewers of Republic.
Let's say this.
Viewers of
Congress say
Republic.
this.
Yes.
Did Congress say this?
Yogendra Yadav, who's the principal.
Who is Yogendra Yadav?
Well, he's Yogendra Yadav. Okay. He's the man who stands there in Bharat Toro Yatra. He's the man who stands there behind Priyanka Vadra.
Sharmaji, did
There were
Rahul Gandhi
thousands of
say that
people
this
there
was
in
kind
Bharat
of
Jodo
speech?
Yatra. Yogendra Yadav is not the Congress president. He is not the leader of opposition.
But
Yes,
hasn't
yes.
Rahul Gandhi used such language? Has Sonia Gandhi not used such language earlier on? They have.
Never.
से लगा हुआ है, माचिस की जरूरत है, सड़क पे उतरना पड़ेगा, मोदी को चप्पे मारेंगे, जूते मारेंगे, ये भाषा क्या है? What is this language, Mr. Sharma? Is this not the language of anarchy? When you doubt every EVM, when you doubt every election, when you doubt any judicial decision, is this no sign of anarchy that you don't believe in the institution because you are not in power?
Ratanji, if the government itself is busy demolishing parliamentary democracy, making parliament totally irrelevant.
Who is making it non-relevant?
People of
Who is
India
doing
have to do
this?
something to restore the
Every
relevance of the parliament. And
You
revise
start
the
about
constitutional
you don't
institutions.
allow parliament
What
to
is
work,
not wrong in
and
that?
when is the government does it?
Parliament-
What is government to do? What is it supposed
Parliament-
to do?
Parliament
Lie down
has
before
been made
Sonia Gandhi and
irrelevant
Rahul Gandhi
in last
have a
20
parliament
years.
चलाने दो? Are you
There is-
saying
there is-
invited to
there
become
is
PM
no-
at least allows to run the
There is
parliament?
no
Is this what you
scope for
expect
any
the
voice from
government?
opposition. Parliament
So the
will be-
point is this. See, I think we must all consider this because just 1 minute, please. And viewers, I take no pride in showing these visuals. In fact, I must say tonight, Nalin Kohli, welcome, Santosh Mehrotra, I must say tonight, Piyush, I feel angry and sorry when I see the kind of perversions that are going on in the name of students. I feel angry and sorry. This visual of... Are you seeing this visual there? Are these NEET students who are competing with each other, competing each other in the display of whatever things they are doing? Are these NEET students? No. And it can't be indulgence that they're just having a little bit of fun. There's another person who in the presence of women flashes his private parts, right? And is doing that. Nalin Kohli, you've seen this? Okay. Now let me show you the Americans who are landed up at the spot.
I don't want to also see it.
Yeah, but there are Americans who landed up out there and who are now saying that we have come from California and the government of India must come down. And some videos of theirs leaked and they are out there, right? Are you seeing this, Nalin Kohli, Santosh Mehrotra? Whatever our positions may be, right? These are, one thing is very clear, apparent out here, Nalin and Santosh, that these are not students. This is, and there are videos. I have another video of a person who goes there saying, I thought I was coming to a student's protest, but he says, I advise students not to come here because these are very violent and dangerous people. Volume up please to the last video. Volume up please to the last video. See this, viewers, so you realize the reality and the truth about Jantar Mantar. Unfortunate reality. And every evening after 7 o'clock, I don't know what they consume because they go crazy for 7 to 8 hours. Volume up please to this one.
Introduction is about years, but you forgot the police were 49. Remember?
And I just want to say this, whatever these people are doing, they will lose. They cannot. These Americans, all this interference, this is very serious and it's on record. Nalin Kohli and Santosh, please in that order. Yes, Nalin, what would you say to Santosh on this?
I have a few things to say. I think on the first level, Arnab, we need to make a point that when it is for students of India, they are concerned about their future and hence they are dismayed about the cheating or about the leak of the papers that took place in NEET. So what that student movement, which is in a real sense, students who are pained, are saying protect our future and can you prevent it? Now, as far as that is concerned, the government clearly said, first brought an act, which is the Act to Prevent Unfair Practice in terms of examinations, the Public Examinations Act of 2024. Prime Minister Modi has said, let's have fast-track courts, writing to the state governments. Now, there are some Congress state governments, there are some opposition party state governments. One would expect that if they were with the students, they will stand up and say, we are immediately notifying with our high courts the special court for a day-to-day hearing. That's point one. Two, what you are showing are elements who are certainly not students. And they are not there protesting about their future. They are playing games at the present, perhaps risking the future of the genuine people who came out there to peacefully put out their angst.
Yeah.
There's a third angle that you have now brought before the people and the people of the country and through your channel, is that there are a set of motivated people who have nothing or no desire or need or exams or students' future. Their desires change the government of Narendra Modi.
Yeah.
So one has to ask that those who are jumping in support, who are they supporting? Are they supporting those people who, and these young students and others, who are saying we want justice and we want the NEET process or other things to be clean? And what the government is saying, yes, we are working on. Are they supporting these kind of elements who flash their private parts, which is unacceptable, which is also not correct in law, it is punishable? Or are they supporting the third elements who are standing and asking for anarchy, and asking for the breakdown of democracy, and asking for the removal of the government? So I think the opposition parties have much to answer. If they are committed to the cause of the students, notify the courts. Have the debate in parliament and give 5 suggestions. What we should do and what we recommend you should do. But unfortunately, they are stuck to a demand, which is remove X or remove Y. That is not justice on the system. That is demand against a person. Then there will be views on that. So that there will be counter views. There are people who say Dharmendra Pradhan may have done a good job. There are people who say he's not done a good job. So we need to pause. Is there justice and the cleaning up of the system important? Or is the removal of the Modi government an agenda? If the lumpen elements who are doing all this on the street another agenda, what is it that the opposition parties are standing with? And what is it all these people who are going out there and saying democracy is in danger standing for?
Yeah, I think one concern is that, one concern very much is, Santosh Mehrotra, that there are certain groups of people who want to enjoy what they believe will be the fruits of the violence and presently want to conveniently stay at home blindfolded, hoping that this violence will unseat the government. That's also intellectual perversion and opportunism of the worst kind in my view. They're seeing the violence. Can we be blindfolded to this lumpenism?
You're putting the question to me, Mr. Goswami?
Yes, I mentioned your name, sir. Yes.
So thank you very much, sir. After 32 minutes, you've given me time. So let's mention the three Americans pictures you've shown. Did you know that there are Indian journalists on site? Plus, there are foreign journalists on site. I have myself given interviews to.
Can I take that one video, please? If you think this person who is saying the most disgusting language.
Listen, you haven't
is
shown,
it
you haven't experience to hear what he said, so don't keep going back.
Prior, I'd like to, are you justifying, he's inciting the mob?
To stop me from speaking.
No, I just said he's inciting the mob.
Are you going to allow me to speak or you
One minute, don't be fascist on me. I'm saying, is this a
You
journalist?
don't be fascist. If anyone is fascist in this program, you are the one. Because you are supporting the violence of the police.
You are supporting these Americans.
I mean, this gentleman, is he standing for the students or what is this? Why are we getting so personal, Arnab? Why is he attacking you this way?
When you were speaking, I was not speaking, so please kindly give me the chance.
Sure, but can we get down to the debate, sir? I'm sitting here hoping, yes, of course, you must speak. I want to listen to you, but I don't want to lecture on fascism.
No, that's the problem. You don't let Parliament function in precisely this manner. So if Mr. Goswami will let me speak, I will be delighted to continue what I was saying.
Who is not attending Parliament, sir? Okay, let's take it up there. I'm delighted you've asked this question. Who is not letting Parliament function?
May I remind you that this issue has been brought up, that the issue has to be discussed.
Are these students?
And Mr. Birla
Are these students?
Get that discussion from taking place. Let me go back to the American and deep state issue.
Are these students?
Don't divert the issue because that's
Are these students?
Propaganda. Listen, let me finish what I
Are the lumpen students? There are no students, sir.
Only derailed me.
You know these are not students. Santosh, if it weakens your position, it's not my problem. But these are not students. We all know that very well, sir.
There were foreigners there. How do you...
Not foreigners. Do you think these goons, lumpens, perverts are students? I refuse. I'm absolutely appalled that you call them students. They're not students, sir, at all. By the widest stretch of the imagination.
So now you are pretending that this is a deep state.
But I'm saying these perverts are not students.
Yes, Sky News is covering it. Yes, Bloomberg TV is covering it. Yes, The Economist and the Financial
I am asking you, are these students?
So,
are these students? Other videos, are they students? Are they students? Are these students? Are these mob students? Are they students? Where are the students? Where are the real students? Are these pervert students? Are these mob students? Those throwing beer bottle students? Are they NEET aspirants? Are they going to give the NEET exam? What do you mean, so what? Just because the rules help you think to unseat the elected government of India? You think the elected government of 140 crore people will fall down because of a few goons? It's not okay. There is Piyush, elected government of India. One day you'll be elected, hopefully you'll want to fight the election. I would just want to ask you one question. You believe with the Yogendra Yadav line that parliament should not matter, speech should matter. Viewers, I'm asking you everywhere. I'm opening the phone lines tonight again. It's a transparent program. Piyush, we are not going to watch this. I'm telling you, members of the Nationalist Collective, we are not going to watch this. We are not going to let them break our country and tear our country apart. We will not let them break our country. We will not let